A Sybil attack is a type of security threat that is common in distributed network systems such as cryptocurrencies. The name Sybil comes from a famous U.S. psychiatric case study of a woman with multiple personalities, which is an apt analogy for the kind of malicious behavior this attack involves. In a Sybil attack, an attacker subverts the reputation of a network system by creating a large number of pseudonyms and using them to gain disproportionately large influence. In other words, a single real entity can create many false identities to influence the system. This is done to manipulate the system in a way that benefits the attacker. For example, in an online voting system, an attacker could create many aliases to vote for a given outcome multiple times. This may alter the voting result in a way that does not reflect the true opinion of the majority of users of the system. Sybil attacks are particularly problematic for cryptocurrencies because they rely on consensus among network participants to validate transactions. If an attacker can control a large part of the network through false identities, he can potentially manipulate that consensus for his own benefit. For example, in a Sybil attack on Bitcoin, an attacker could create a large number of fake nodes on the Bitcoin network. If the attacker controls more than 50% of the network, he can then perform a 51% attack where he can change the transaction history and spend the same Bitcoins twice. To protect against Sybil attacks, cryptocurrencies implement various security measures. One such measure is the use of a proof-of-work (POW) system, where network participants must solve complex mathematical problems to validate transactions and create new blocks on the blockchain. This makes it very expensive for an attacker to create a large number of fake nodes, as each node requires a significant amount of computational resources to operate. Another measure is the use of a proof-of-stake (POSE) system, where the amount of cryptocurrency a participant holds is used to calculate their influence on the network. This makes it more difficult for an attacker to gain control over the network, as he would need to own a large amount of cryptocurrency to do so. Despite these security measures, Sybil attacks are still a significant threat to cryptocurrencies. Therefore, it is important that cryptocurrency developers continue to research and implement new ways to secure their networks against these types of attacks. In summary, a Sybil attack is a type of security threat to distributed network systems, where an attacker creates multiple false identities to gain disproportionately large influence. This can be used to manipulate the system in a way that benefits the attacker. To protect against these attacks, cryptocurrencies implement various security measures, including proof-of-work and proof-of-stake systems. However, Sybil attacks are still a significant threat and require constant vigilance and innovation to combat. Thanks for watching today's lesson. Crypto is transforming our lives, and we're here to help you understand why it matters. At Crypto Edge Learning, you get top-tier education for free content that's paid elsewhere, right at your fingertips. If you love this, hit that like button, subscribe, and tap the bell icon so you don't miss out. Stay excited, the next lesson's coming soon with even more insights. See you there.